location.
Dan River Wildcats 8 minutes away from a state championship. They have a 58-36 lead going into the fourth quarter. Everyone wearing royal blue in the stands is up and cheering right now. We'll take it to the fourth period, and Don Robertson will call it.
Waiting for a media timeout to finish up here with 1 quarter remaining between Dan River winning their first ever state championship and Bruton going down for the second time in his many appearances.
This is a team, Bruton, that is, again, they have dominated opponents at times this year. Safe to say they've never run into anything like this.
Dan River now 42% inside the two-point land, 50 beyond the arc. Bruton is 26% shooting from the field goal range, 29% from behind the arc, and it's 58-36 our score. Again, they've only got 1 assist in the whole ball game. Dan River now is up to 8.
Amazing rebounding advantage, 42-27 for the Wildcats. And Gabe Long with some great minutes tonight has 8 rebounds for the Cats, 8 also for Tremaine Edmonds, who has 11 points. 4 Dan River players are in double digits, 11, 10, 11, and 13. That's balanced scoring.
So now I think we're ready. We've paid all the bills. The VHSL is up to speed, and we're trying to get this one started for the final 8 minutes. On the road to the championship game is right here now with 8 minutes to go. Swinton with 16 points in the ball game will have the basketball as Bruton has it on the alternating possession. They're in front of us, and we'll get a foul on the play, real quick one. And Joe Dillard's the happiest man in the arena. Yeah,
again, Swinton was just out of control going in, and he did not have control of the basketball even. But because there was some contact there, the Wildcats will get the foul. Not yet in the bonus, though.
Nope, the foul was on Tremaine Edmonds, his second. Well, inbounded in front of a zone by Dan Rivers. Sangalang out top will get the reception. Now to Duchette. Duchette trying to get it to Swinton. It looks to be their game plan now. Yeah. Marcus Carter now has it. He's way outside. Now back to Swinton. This is his shooting range. Quarter court mark, far side. Dribble drive now by Carter into the paint. We've got a block. No, they're going to say he was
he's fouled beforehand by Stevens.
And that will be Q's 4th foul.
I'll tell you,
shoot 2.
Yeah, because Gabe Long had very, very well set his position in the middle of the lane there. And if Stevens doesn't get the reach in, I believe Carter gets called for a charge.
So now Stevens has the 4 fouls. Well, let's see what Coach Murphy wants to do with that. Marcus Carter, I should say, is shooting the foul shots, and he misses his first one of the night.
He was 4 for 4 before that, and Rashawn Myers will come in actually for Tremaine Edmonds. Q Stevens staying in the game with 4 fouls.
Going with a quicker guard lineup, I guess. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. Ball handling has been key here tonight. With this pressure defense, the Dan Rivers just run right past.
I don't see where Dan Rivers' big guys are bad ball handlers at all.
No, they aren't. Carter's second attempt at the charity stripe is good. 5 of 6 now at the line. And it makes it a 58-37 basketball game. 19-point lead for the Wildcats. Rashawn Myers has the ball just over the timeline on the near side. We're opposite the scoring bench. Ball knocked into the backcourt. Nope, they'll say that's a backcourt violation. It was tapped by Duchette. I'm not sure how he missed that.
Wow.
He was standing right in front of that.
It was tipped. Yeah, that's why.
Thank goodness.
Rashawn was so nonchalant about going back to get it because it was tipped, but apparently our official here did not see that.
Boy, he got blinded by those lime green shoes he was wearing.
That's entirely possible.
Swinton throws it down into a cutting Marcus Carter. Got it up off the glass. Good.
Now there's an assist.
There's an assist and a quick speed up on the offensive side by this Bruton team. I did the Burton thing. And quickly, the Dan River Wildcats go right down the middle. And Stevens, that's why he's in the game with 4 points. Takes a shot up off the glass and got it to drop.
Boy, just what a way to answer. Just, you think Bruton's getting some semblance of an offense going. Maybe going to try to make a run here. You get a quick, easy 2.
Carter to Duchette. Right side, dribble drive to the bucket. Foul is blocked. It's going to be on Talik Edmonds. He left his feet, got the body in the air, and that will be Talik's first foul of the ball game.
They'll get you for that every time, no matter how much ball you get. But if you get it with the body and you're off your feet, that's a dead giveaway.
Capri Duchette, I got him with 3 points in the ball game tonight.
Then again, a very active player. Just had like some of the other the Bruton guys, he's not putting it in a hole.
Second, the shot by him at this particular point goes in, the first of 2. This young man's on his way to James Madison to play football.
You can see that football build
for the Dukies.
No doubt about it.
Second shot is up, and it is rimmed in good. Man, he got this spin on that one.
The thing hit 4 times and went in.
2 of 2 at the charity stripe for Duchette. 60-41 basketball game. Dan River gets the ball into play. Stevens with it. Up over the midcourt mark. All the way to the bucket. Threw it up off the glass, and someone grabbed his pants on the way up and got a foul on him.
He is quick, buddy. I mean, that was quick.
Jalen Carr is going to be whistled for the foul. Number 23, his third.
He did an end run around one defender about 75 feet away from the basket, and he put some separation real quick. Stevens will go to the line to shoot 2 after basically creating that on his own.
So the first of 2 for the junior, 6'1", Q Stevens. Q eyes the spot, shoots good.
He's 5 of 5 so far this evening.
Back to a 20-point lead. This isn't what the VHSL expected.
No, this is not, yeah. And generally speaking, this is very unusual for a state championship game. Usually they're low-scoring, nip-and-tuck affairs dominated by turnovers and rebounding. But the Cats are just, in every measurable way, have been the better team tonight.
So Dan River ready to make a substitution should Q hit the bucket. Often wondered if players miss it on purpose so they can stay in a game another minute or 2. But Q will not. Stevens sinks 2 of 2 at the foul line.
The honorable thing.
Yes, he does. I'll go sit down beside Coach Sparks and listen to him for a moment.
Quintez Terry getting his first action of the night.
I'm sure we're going to see a lot of these guys down at the bottom of the roster here before this is over.
Oh, he's a junior, 6'2", 210. I mean,
they just reload.
Man, that's just.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't have this many good football players. I've never played when I went to Dan River. They wouldn't let me see the field with this kind of talent.
Swinton in the corner, left side, 3-ball shot, good. Man, this guy is incredible.
He's a scoring machine.
His first bucket of the fourth quarter. Down the court we go, and it's turned over. Dan River turns the ball over. It's picked up by Duchette, now into Swinson's hand. 62-44 our score. We've got 6:10 to play in the ball game. Swinton, a Houdini shot off the glass. It didn't go anywhere close to the bucket.
Oh, nice.
How did that not go out of bounds? Going the other way comes Edmonds. He's going to dribble drive off the glass. Got it. Oh, my goodness. Terrell Edmonds, his first bucket of the fourth quarter. Carter quickly down the court the other way. His shot is partially blocked, and we get a snag-along with another shot up, and he is hammered.
Sang-a-lang.
I like snag-along. He's going to be snag-along with me, man. Anybody playing gutsy like that.
He's a hoss, buddy. And
Sang-a-lang.
If Bruton's going to have a snowball's chance coming back in this game, it's going to have to be frenetic the rest of the way. They need possessions, as many possessions as possible.
I didn't see who the foul was called against, but I was having my Sang-a-lang education. Sang-a-lang hits the first of 2. 64-45. He's got 7 points in this game. And he's probably got a 7% body fat. Maybe less than that.
This guy's chiseled.
Second shot is good. And we got a whistle stopping play and a timeout. Coach has called the timeout across the way. It's a 30-second. We're just going to keep it here.
We're just going to keep here.
Man.
Try to get our breath back here as we ponder this last 6 minutes or so, or 5 minutes or so in the basketball game. Again, Bruton needs possessions. They need as many different possessions as possible. That means they're going to have to take some chances on defense. They cannot sit back and let Dan River run any clock in any single possession, because right now Bruton needs this game to have as many different possessions as possible if they're going to have a chance. 64-46. We mentioned going into the fourth quarter that the way Bruton's offense had been running, Don, we didn't know if they would get to the 58 point. Now they've run much better offense here, and of course Swinton's hit a couple of shots. But still, they have to stop Dan River, and Dan River's had a couple of quick answer buckets here in the fourth.
To give you the setting of where we are, it's 5:54 to play in the game. Dan River has the error on the alternating possession, and the basketball the length of the court following the shot and the timeout and then he just lost the handle on it. That's a 5-second violation because, you can't just lose the handle of it and expect it to go out. Now, he's out lobbying that someone from Bruton reached over the line and knocked it out of his hand. He's not going to change that call. I'll guarantee that blame to you.
I promise you.
We're never going to get officials communicate about this thing. So, I think the right call was made. At this point, just let it go.
Well, they'll just say 5 seconds, and no matter what.
Turnover to Bruton. Inbound pass to Sang-a-lang. in the paint. Dumps it back out to Duchette. Duchette looking for a sharpshooter. Finds Swinton. He's at the quarter court mark. He's going to pull it up, shoot it, and short. Missed it by about 8 inches. Rebound, and we got a foul. It's going to be on Driscoll, number 24.
Man. That was not the right call. That was not the right call.
He and Singalang went after it. And Driscoll got the worst end of it. His third foul.
Yeah. A couple of calls that have gone against the Cats here in the fourth period. Again, let's don't lose sight of the fact Dan River's up by 18 points with 5:43 left.
Nice to have that cushion.
Yes, it is.
When you get into that situation. Now, was he shooting? Oh, that's the 18th foul.
Okay, yeah. This will be a 1-and-1 here.
Yeah. So Singalang will go to the line for the bonus. Shot is up, and it's good.
He's been pretty solid from the line tonight, 3 of 4.
Waiting for the second attempt.
Surprised the Dan River fans aren't louder when he's at the line here. Because, I mean, Lord knows there's a bunch of Wildcat fans here.
I think they've been lulled to sleep by an 18-point lead. Here's a rebound by Bruton, and the ball goes in. Up and in went Carter. And here come the Panthers. 15-point lead now by the Wildcats. Tremaine, inbound pass. He lost it. The pressure intensity has come all twofold, and a block shot out of bounds by Tremaine Edmonds, number 23.
Well, the pokers just went up as Bruton has found their groove here with some defensive pressure. They've gone to a man set. They're not doing the 1-3-1 trap anymore. They're going straight up man-to-man on defense. And now Q Stevens, with some ball handling ability, will come in and try to help Dan River out, trying to break this press. And again, just like we said, Bruton needs to take chances, force turnovers, and get as many possessions as possible.
64-49. Inbound, they come to Duchette, left-hand side. He's going to dribble drive to the bucket. Against 2 Dan River defenders, we get another foul. And the Panther fans are getting a little excited.
Yes, they are.
And that foul is going to be on Tremaine Edmonds. And he is done. And that is huge. We have 5:24 to play in the ball game, and Tremaine Edmonds is fouled out.
That is a big blow for Dan River, no doubt. And there's been a lot of like 50-50 type calls here in the fourth quarter that have not gone 50-50 for Dan River. Let's put it that way.
Side up by Duchette at the line, no good.
But that's not going to help them at all if they're going to come to, you got to make every single free throw.
64-49. I can't believe it, Tremaine. We lost count on his fouls, and he's done. Second shot by Duchette is good. 3 of 4 here in the fourth quarter. Now, Tremaine has got to throw the ball inbounds. They'll get it in to Driscoll. This is the near side. He's going to run the left sideline. A reach-in foul just ignored. Driscoll drives all the way down, gives it over to Rashawn Myers, and he gets it up and in. Make that Stevens. Q Stevens.
That was a heck of a drive by Driscoll. He did that on his own. He got hand-checked big time. Now we get a steal.
And here comes Stevens with a basketball. He gets sloppy when they pick the pace up. And we got a reach-in foul on number 23 for, that's Jalen Carr. Nope, actually they're going to call it on 1-0. That's Marcus Carter, his third.
I tell you, Stevens.
Maybe his fourth. That's his fourth.
Yeah.
I missed one.
Yeah, that's one that's a guy they absolutely need in there. He and Swinton are their scorers. But of course, what we have in effect here, when Stevens came back in, that gave you number one, the extra ball handler, but it also gave you that ability just to completely outrun somebody, which is exactly what he did there.
Like he's got a flamethrower or something behind him, and it just kicks him into another gear. So Stevens goes to the line. He's going to shoot 1-and-1, and he gets the front end of it good.
Well, he has been money from the line so far.
He's having a great night. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17 points. Is that what it?
Got it with 18 now.
18 points?
Yep.
Oh, didn't mark that last free throw. Next one up, and it is good. 19 points now for the junior. Could be the player of the game. Here comes Duchette with the basketball, working the right sideline across the way. He's going to go all the way to the bucket. We've got a jump ball called. That is a great block by Gabe Long.
That was a super job. He got his hand right there on the leather, and it'll be Dan River basketball on the alternating possession. Full court man-to-man still by Bruton.
Inbound, they'll come this same way they did last time. Over to
nice.
Driscoll. Nice cut across move. Dribbles right up the middle of the court. Gets over the timeline. Now pits it into the hands of Rashawn Myers. Back to Driscoll. Driscoll right to the top of the key. Dumps it down low to Gabe Long. And he dunked it but missed it. And then he'll get a technical foul for hanging on the rim.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, they'll say basket interference first. Do they call the technical? They're going to wave it off as a interference, offensive interference, no technical foul.
Wow.
They said that he was protecting himself from the player underneath, and of course the Panther fans don't like that.
Well, it's going to be a turnover essentially, but yeah, Gabe went up for the dunk, and he just had it just skunked off of him basically.
Get that ID ready. We're going to do that in a minute to get some breath. 4:35 to play in the ball game. 68-50. Dan River with an 18-point lead. Swinton out here dribbling just like a maniac. He throws it over to the hands of Duchette. Now to Carter. Marcus launches one from 22 and rimmed it in good.
He's caught fire here in the second half.
Here come, and a timeout has been called. It's a full timeout. Let's take that with them, Chuck. 4:26 to play in the basketball game. It's still a 15-point lead, but the intensity is running high. Dan River 68, Bruton 53. We're back in Richmond with more in a minute.
It was 1911, the year Roy Blair started Blair Construction, keeping the contracts in his head and his tools in the trunk of his car. Roy and his company became known for their product excellence, integrity, and fairness. More than 100 years later, Blair Construction is run with the same commitment to quality, building each project on time and on budget, and helping to build our community one beam at a time. Find out more at blairbuildsbetter.com. And tonight, Blair Construction salutes the Dan River Wildcats for their excellence in making it to the state championship. Go Wildcats!
She's not a dog. She's a member of the family. So when you have to go away and leave her, you want to make sure whoever she stays with makes her feel at home and loved. That's why you take her to Dana at Danville Pet Resort, where they treat every dog like family. With individual indoor-outdoor boarding kennels, she'll have plenty of room to play. And with 3 experienced groomers, she'll come back to you looking and smelling great. For affordable rates and loving care, call Danville Pet Resort for grooming and boarding. 836-1245. She'll thank you for it.
You're listening to coverage of Dan River Wildcats basketball on the radio station In Touch With You. Big Hits 102.5 and 1330 WBTM Danville and worldwide at WBTMDanville.com.
Along with Chuck Bifferman, I'm Don Robertson. 4:15 to go in this one at the Verizon Wireless Arena at the Siegel Center at VCU. Dan River with the basketball and a dribble drive to the bucket. Got a foul called against Bruton. The Wildcats lead at 68-53, and Q Stevens will go back to the line to shoot another 2 shots.
Of course, he's the guy you want at the line, having made all of them to this point tonight. A little surprise, Bruton went out of the full court man-to-man, went back to the zone trap, which Dan Rivers had no problem with tonight.
So Stevens' first attempt at the charity stripe is good, nothing but the bottom of the net. He's been money on the stripe, in my vote for player of the game at this point. Should Dan River hold him off? 19 points he has in the ball game so far. Make it 20, I should say. This will be the 21st if he can drain it. And he does. 21 points now for the junior.
8 of 8 from the line.
Carter now gets the inbound pass from Duchette. They roll it up to the midfield mark before they mid-court mark before they pick the ball up, basically. Duchette now back out front to Carter. Top of the key out between the circles. Works the left-hand side. Sees the opening in the lane and goes, and is going to draw a foul against Gabe Long.
Carter is clearly the best all-around basketball player they have. Swinton is certainly a scoring machine, but in terms of being able to score in different ways, Carter is the guy. And, yeah, you can figure out easily how he ended up averaging 18 points a game.
Just not real sure why they didn't get him more active in the offense prior to the fourth quarter.
A little too late maybe right now.
So Carter with that unorthodox step-back move takes a shot at the line and hits it.
And Bruton is, strategically doing exactly what they need to do. They need to force as many possessions as possible, no more than 15, 20-second possessions at the absolute max, and they've done that.
Second attempt by Stevens. Sengalang checked out of the ball game. Jones came in his place. Shot is no good. The rebound is fought for, and Jones got pushed out of bounds by Edmonds. The only remaining Edmonds on the court. Terrell just got his second foul of the ball game. Actually, first.
It was That was a tough situation to be in. The ball was short. It looked like Duchette came over the back to hack the ball out of bounds. A good job, though, by Jones to keep it alive, and he'll go to the line.
2 shots because they're in the double bonus. 70-54. Dan River with the lead. Jones now, what is going to be a foul shooting ball game the rest of the way. This is the first of 2.
And they'll be hacking here, and Dan River's going to have to hit their free throws now.
Right.
Again, 16-point cushion makes it a little less stressful, but you still got to make them.
Long ways to go with 3:57 to play. Second shot is up and good. So he hits 1 of 2 at the stripe. Dan River quickly gets the ball inbounds. Stevens in the backcourt. Tries to get it up over the pressure, does. Dumps it down to Rashawn Myers. Back to Stevens in the paint. Good!
Oh, that was a great 2-man game.
Oh, my goodness. A great assist by Rashawn Myers back to Q Stevens, I should say. Duchette knocks the ball into the paint, and he gets fouled again.
The officials are rewarding Bruton for just being completely out of control going to the paint. And because they're out of control, there's going to be contact. Anyway,
I got Ethan Driscoll on the foul. That's number 4 on him.
That's something we got to keep an eye on.
Duchette goes to the line to shoot the 2 shots. And he bricked the first one. No, did he?
No, his first one was good, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We were shielded there.
Yeah, like they said in the Porky movie.
Yeah.
Second shot, no good. 1 of 2 at the line. So Q Stevens will pick the ball up in the backcourt. 72-56 now over the timeline. All the way down to the court. Right-hand side, I should say, to Driscoll. He's just going to dribble. Gets it back out to Edmonds.
That was a foul.
Terrell passes it off to Gabe Long. He lost the handle on it, and he's being pushed around. And finally, they call him out of bounds. Another turnover by Dan River. 3:23 to play.
Bruton did about 2, maybe 3 fouls there.
You're talking about the intensity. I mean, they're just letting him away with what's basically a good street ball game here.
Yeah.
Swinton over the timeline. He dumps it off left-hand side to Carter. He immediately shoots a 3. Falls down for a little act there. Yeah. Didn't get the call. Here comes Dan River with the missed shot. Rebound by Driscoll.
Good job by Driscoll to get it to Stevens.
Yes, Stevens has the ball up over the timeline. And then will finally get the reach in by Capri.
They have been bugging Dan River's ball handlers the last 3 trips down, and that's the first foul. And he had the gall to look at the official and say, what?
Yeah. Duchette now has picked up his 4th foul.
I mean, that's precisely what they want to do, is to foul enforced possessions here. And when he commits the foul, he looks like, who, me? Yeah, well.
Yeah, both DePretta and Carter for Bruton have 4 fouls each. With 3:05 to play in the ball game, Dan River leads it by 16, 72-56.
This is the guy you want at the line. Q Stevens has been all that and more. 23 points tonight. And 10 of them have come from the free throw line.
That's a pretty good night at the job.
That is superb.
So he eyes his target.
He takes a while,
doesn't he? Takes his time, does he not? And the first shot is good. Yeah, you can take your time if you're going to do that to it. Like he stands with 1 foot behind the line. He
does, yeah.
Unlike our counterpart there, where he steps back and he comes back to the line. So,
well, we wondered if Dan River was going to hit their free throws tonight. So far, the answer is yes.
Well, the right person's hitting them anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Hugh Stevens on his 2nd attempt of the 2. No, he missed that one. We jinxed him. And he went out of bounds. It'll be Panther basketball.
Yeah,
24 points for Q Stevens.
Salik Edmonds trying to get the rebound, knocked it out of bounds. And 17-point Dan River advantage.
Marcus Carter now will be forced to pick the basketball up, as Terrell will play a little eyeball with him out here in the Verizon Wireless logo at midcourt. Right-hand side, look at this shot. Oh, my goodness. That thing came from Subway across the street.
No good.
No good. Rebound down by Dan River on a long one at that. Driscoll had it momentarily. Into the hands now of Stevens. Stevens threw it. Oh, my goodness. Carter just about got my feet.
Woo!
That ball went up into the front row. Or did it?
I don't know where it went, but it went flying by here.
It's over here behind the newspaper, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be Dan River basketball, but that man body's flying.
Yeah. And that was a good effort by Carter. Inbound they go to Driscoll. Driscoll gets it back to Edmonds. It is stolen away. Marcus Carter's going to go to the bucket and dunk it. There's that electrifying dunk we heard about. Cuts that lead down to 15 now again. 73-58. Q Stevens with the basketball. Right-hand side. Dribble drives into the paint. Up and good!
Oh, Stevens has been the man. Stevens has been the man tonight.
26 points for the junior.
That's incredible.
Capri Duchette working the right side. Baseline. Got up under the bucket. And, oh, man. Talik Edmonds just stuffed the The ball right back in his face. Here's a pass from Stevens over to Edmonds. It wouldn't go. Talik with the rebound. Fighting for it. Gets it back to Driscoll. Go good. And a rebound is pulled down by Marcus Carter.
2 minutes left.
75-58 Dan River. Here comes a wild shot in the paint. Number 35. Where'd he come from? That's Legaspi. And then Driscoll has it again on the other side. 1:45 now. Take some time. Burn the clock a little bit. Stevens says, throws it back out. Now Dan River in a fast four corners, and Legaspi has a foul.
Dan River faithful on their feet here in Richmond, folks. 75-58. Cats up, 1:39 left. Less than 100 seconds between the Cats and the state championship.
I just wonder what's going through Kenny Murphy's mind. 2 years ago, he's working a good year.
Yeah.
And now he's coaching a state basketball championship.
Pretty good stretch here.
That's a pretty good transition. So Terrell Edmonds goes to the line. He will shoot 2 shots. Dan Rivers pulled everybody except for Edmonds off the foul line as Terrell hits the first. Talik is the other Edmonds that's in the paint. And everybody else is back on what would be defense if Bruton should try to fast break it down the court. 76-58. Terrell has 13 points in the ball game, looking for number 14 here. Shot is up, and it is good. Much better job shooting free throws than a year ago when they lost to Lancaster.
I would say.
Here comes Marcus Carter. He's going to pull up from about 25 feet. It's rebounded long off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound is fought for and controlled by Dan River. Driscoll, and then we get a foul on Carter, and he's done.
That'll be 5 on him.
That'll be 5 on Marcus Carter, and his career actually comes to an end at Bruton High School.
20-point game, and he'll get a standing ovation from the Bruton faithful. You know he's put in 4 good years of work for this program. But tonight, the laurels are going to be worn by the Wildcats.
Well, it took us 3 tries in basketball with Dan River to get to this. And by golly, we got one.
And a no-doubter.
A state championship is coming to Pennsylvania County. And you heard it all here on BTM. 19-point lead as Driscoll is at the line to shoot 2. He has not scored in the second half.
I tell you, he set up an awful lot of good stuff, though.
And made some key rebounds.
Excellent ball handling, too. He's broken the press several times.
Second shot is on the way. And he canned them both.
Only fitting.
79-58, the lead back to 21. We've got 1:22 to play in the year. I can't see there, Mr. Officiating. Here comes Legaspi from way downtown. No good, and the ball went out of bounds. It'll be Dan River basketball, 94 feet.
If you're Dillard, they're not going to go full court here around the 20.
Yeah, they're going to play their game.
All right, whatever.
Driscoll into Stevens on a quick foul. Legaspi.
Here goes Q again, back to the line.
Yeah.
26 points, got a chance to stretch the lead out here to something that's going to look awful good in the morning paper.
I done ran out of room.
Oh, Stevens's? Yeah, me too. I'm dribbling off to the side here.
Need a spreadsheet more so than a piece of paper.
Stevens, just a junior. He'll be back.
25 points in this game already. Make it 26 points. Has a chance to get 28 here at 1:14 to play. Shot up and good. He'll get one more. And here comes the bench clearing time. Kenny Murphy is going to soak this one up, man.
Joshua Thaxton, Quantez Terry into the game. Number 32, Ian Cully, also on the court.
And I imagine Q is going to have his last attempt at a shot right here.
Michaelante Eubanks is going to come in for him.
Next shot is on the way by Stevens, and he'll finish the night with 28 points.
Wow.
28 points. My player of the game.
No doubt.
Question.
No doubt about it.
Dan River has cleared the bench. 81-58. They matched their largest lead of the game at 23 for the second time.
This is the most points they scored in the game all year.
Legaspi has a shot that went right out of bounds. Air ball. 68 seconds to the trophy. Inbound they'll come. Holy cow, I got new numbers here. But he's holding his jersey in his mouth. I've never seen that before when you dribble.
Wow.
You got it over the timeline into the hands of Florence.
Ow!
Man, he got hit hard.
Eubanks got wailed going into the basket. He'll get 2 free throws.
Michael Ande.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kasim Harris was the guy chewing on his jersey.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
That was pretty neat.
Yeah, so
I guess it's just one of those mental things. You feel comfortable doing it.
Michael Ante Eubanks will shoot a deuce. Dan River's defense, I should say, backs off the ball. 58.2 seconds. Trayson shed the shirt. His next shot is up and good. We're talking about Trey Edmonds, Farrell's oldest son.
The oldest, who's be a redshirt sophomore, recovering from a major injury for the Hokies football team this fall.
Second attempt by Eubanks. He drains them both.
Number 5, Devin Doss coming into the game now.
Yeah. Devin will check in, and checking out will be Dan Rivers' Rodney Womble.
Yeah, one more, Tyler Cassidy, and that's everybody.
Yeah. Got him in.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's going to feel the flavor of the Verizon Wireless Center.
Everyone will say they played in a state championship game.
Yeah, the largest lead now at 25 points. Who would have ever thought that? Here comes Swinton, another long bomb. It wouldn't go. Rebound is down into the hands of Doss. Devin Doss throws it up the court. Got it into the hands of Josh Thaxton. He goes up off the glass. No good.
Got a little excited there.
Okay. Down the other way comes, he just lost the handle. And then Dan River picks it right back up. Yeah, and he traveled.
Yeah. And then I go,
you are. Josh Thaxton kind of second hesitated there and lost the handle.
He had an open layup, but he just got excited. The ball got away from him. And
more adrenaline than you could stand.
That's okay.
Legaspi throws it in to Swinton. Swinton just about on the outside line. Now pulls up the tray. Shot no good. It's short. Rebound is pulled down by Dan Rivers, number 32.
Ian Cully.
And Cully will take it down the timeline. Gives it left-hand side. This is Doss from Lane. Oh, no, he didn't go. And he threw that ball way up, and it just flew right over everything.
Watch for falling bricks.
Yeah.
that was way off the mark here. But, hey, again, these kids are jacked. They're playing in a state championship, and they're going to have a right nice trophy to lift here in a few minutes.
Here's Legaspi driving the lane. Shot up no good. Second attempt on the rebound is too hard off the glass. It's tipped out. Here we go the other way.
Eubanks.
What are we going to do with this? Eubanks passes it over. Shot up all the way off the glass. It didn't go. But now they'll go to the foul line. It is Tyler Cassidy's opportunity to score at the charity stripe.
He got creamed. 9 seconds left, folks.
Oh, gosh.
Wow. What a performance tonight by the Dan River Wildcats.
Who would have thought 83 points? Look at the embrace by Bert Sparks and Kenny Murphy on the end of the bench over there. Shot up by Cassidy is too hard, no good. He'll get a second shot. I noticed they brought some security over to stand in front of the just behind us.
I feel better now.
Yeah. Second shot is up. That one will dribble in.
He scored.
So Tyler scores in the state championship, the largest lead, 26 points.
Oh.
They will throw the ball over to Swinton. Swinton with 5 seconds, 4 seconds, shoots up another long ball, short off the front of the iron, no good. And that's going to do it. Dan River got the rebound, and the Wildcats are the state champions in Group 2A as they dominate Bruton and the Panthers 84-58 here at the Siegel Center. My goodness, what a performance.
A perfect season, 25-0.
You don't see that very often. Wow. An undefeated season. The Wildcats very impressive through the last 2 ball games, actually, with the play against
you can make the case that they played their best basketball in March.
Last week, yeah. I mean, they totally turned it around from where things were in the past. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of little surprises here in the second half. We're going to stick around for the trophy or presentation, most valuable player, all those good things. And we're going to celebrate and savor the victory. Dan River wins their first ever state championship. They do it in style by blowing away the Panthers of Bruton 84-58. After this 2-minute timeout, we'll be back at the Siegel Center in Richmond with more. And again, Dan River, the state champions. We'll see you in 2.
They don't